Namo Narayana. Today, 4th June 2020, is the Vaikasi month and Vishaka star. Vaikasi month and Vishaka star in Sri Vaishnava lineage is very important because this is the Thir Avatar Dinam of Swami Nammazhwar. Among the 12 Alvars, Swami Nammazhwar's Avatar Krama will be probably fifth, I think. But in terms of importance, Swami Nammazhwar takes the precedence. He is regarded and worshipped as the Vaishnava Kulapathi. In the Vaishnava Guru Parampara, which starts all the way from Sriman Narayana, as the normal sloka goes, Lakshmi Nada Samarambam Nadayamana Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Paramparam. So this Vaishnava lineage in Guru Parampara starts from Lakshmi Nada Samarambam. It starts from Lakshmi Nadan himself, and in that lineage you will find Swami Nammazhwar taking a very important place. And today it is his Thiravatar Dinam. So this short note is to share the basic information about Swami Nammazhwar. Swami Nammazhwar was born in Tirunelveli, a place called Alvar Tirunagari, a few kilometers away from the main railway junction of Tirunelveli. His parents were longing for a child, so they go to the temple Adikeshava Perumal and request that we want a child like you. And Perumal blesses, I can't give anybody like me, I will only be born myself. And that is what the Purana says, that Swami Nammazhwar is no different from the Lord himself. And the very interesting fact is, after being blessed, when Swami Nammazhwar was born, he was born in a very, very different form, unusual from the usual way of anybody is getting a birth. So he was like a, motionless, like a wooden piece of wood he was born. So the parents were a bit aghast. So they take the child to the temple and say, we asked for a baby and this is what you give. And then while they were praying, the baby gains life and then crawls up and just sits in front of a tamarind tree. Because of the fact that this child was born very different from the normal manner in which it should be born, the parents named Swami Nammazhwar as Maran. The original name of Swami Nammazhwar is Maran because Mari Pirandadanal, Vazhakathoda Mari Pirandadanal Maran. The child did nothing that usually any child does. It didn't ask for food, it didn't talk, it didn't do anything for 16 years. Swami Nammazhwar, the child, which is Swami Nammazhwar, was sitting under the tamarind tree in a posture of penance and nothing else. No speaking, no walking, no talking, there's no movement, nothing. This is very, very different. Even today we can worship the tamarind tree in the premises of the temple. And as this was happening, deep up north somewhere, Swami Madhurakavi Alvar was doing his penance and he sees a bright light towards the southern direction. And that is attracting Swami Madhurakavi Alvar. And as he keeps walking and walking, the light keeps moving and finally the light stops where Swami Nammazhwar is. So Madhurakavi Alvar is looking around, he talks to the people and says, what is happening? There's something very different about this child I see in front of the tamarind tree. People say that this is how he was born and he's been doing nothing for the last 16 years. So Swami Nammazhwar, Madhurakavi Alvar didn't know what to do. So he takes a small piece of stone and drops near the child. And that is the first time Swami Nammazhwar opens his eyes and blesses. Madhurakavi Alvar is the first person he blesses. So blessed by this and the tejas that he's seeing, Madhurakavi Alvar asks a very direct question to the child, which is Nammazhwar, sitting in front of the tamarind tree. Siriyadin vaitril, peridin vaitril, siriyadu pirindal, ette tindru enge kidakkum. That is the one question that he asked. Acharyas and Pandits have gone very deep into this in terms of this question. Periyadin vaitril, siriyadu pirindal, ette tindru enge kidakkum. This is the question. While it looks a normal question, but there are a lot deeper meanings into it. And for which Swami Nammazhwar's answer is Atte Tindru Ange Kidakkum. This is the first word spoken by Swami Nammazhwar. Atte Tindru Ange Kidakkum. Understanding the deeper meaning of this, Madhurakavi Alvar, who is much elder to Swami Nammazhwar is only 16 years old, right? He just prostrates then and there and asks him to accept Madhurakavi Alvar as the disciple. And that is how the legend happens. And Swami Nammazhwar was in this Bhuloga for another 16 years. He was here only for totally 32 years and sung 33 Divyadesams over 1296 Pasarams. We all know the Nalayira Divya Pravandam, collection of 4000 hymns. Out of the 4000 hymns, 1296 are given by Swami Nammazhwar himself. Thiruvaimozhi is 1102, which is supposed to be equivalent to Samaveda in Tamil, and Thiruviruttam 100 Pasarams, Thiruasiriyam 7 Pasarams, and Periya Thiruvandadi 87 Pasarams, totaling 1296. And in all this, he has sung about 33 Divyadesams. We all know an Alvar singing about a particular location or a temple, it becomes Divyadesam. There can be many Vishnu temples, only those temples sung by the Alvar gets the certificate as Divyadesam. So Swami Nammazhwar has sung 33 Divyadesams. Now here comes the very unique concept. Swami Nammazhwar never left the tamarind tree. First 16 years is sitting there without movement, without speaking. After Madurai Alvar comes, he starts talking, but he sits there. But he sang 33 Divyadesam, which means Perumal gave darshan to Swami Nammazhwar sitting there, and so that he could see, held the darshan and start giving the pasarams on each of those 33 Divyadesams. That's an amazing feature. Even today, the Navatirupati Utsavam is supposed to be an amazing Utsavams in that area, Tirunelveli area, where Perumal from now in different these are Divyadesams in and around Tirunelveli come to Alvar Tirunagari. Swami Nammazhwar and Perumal have a conversation, and then Perumal goes back to respective location. Swami Nammazhwar stays there. So that is how even today the Utsavams happen, and that's the greatness of Swami Nammazhwar. Now, we said that Swami Nammazhwar was named Maran because he was born very different from the usual step. It is not just about being born like a wooden piece of wood and then walking around and sitting in front of tamarind tree. There's another thing. The Jivatma, Paramatma, the Tattvatrayam as Visishtadvaitam says, Chitta, Chitta, Ishvara Tattvam, where we all are Jivatma. The Atma is knowledge personified. It is full of knowledge and full of Anandam. But moment it enters the body, as the time of the birth, there is a Vayu called Satam, which covers the Jivatma, so that based on the karma, the knowledge gets diminished, and whatever is allowed as per the karma that the Jivatma has accumulated is what one gets when it is born. So the Satam Vayu covers all of us as Jivatma, and we can say to an extent that brings down all the knowledge that the Jivatma is actually is aware of. Now, when Swami Nammazhwar was born, he angrily kicked the Satam, the Vayu called Satam, and then he was born very, very angrily. That is why we are all familiar with the term called Satakobam. That is referring to Swami Nammazhwar. Satakobam means Swami Nammazhwar because he angrily kicked the Vayu called Satam. And the Sanskrit equivalent is Satari. So one who is the opposite or who is the enemy of Satam is Swami Nammazhwar. One who won the Satam Vayu is Swami Nammazhwar. That is why Satari. Now Satari is a familiar term because when we go to any Perumal temples, we are blessed with Satari on our heads. And that if you observe closely, there will be 2 feet on top of the Satari, which is Swami Nammazhwar. Swami Nammazhwar is the bridge between Perumal and Thayar and the Jivatma, and that is why the priest blesses us with Satari in temple, and that is out of 12 Alvars, Swami Nammazhwar takes the most important place as the Vaishnava Kulapathi. Madurai Alvar, having got the darshan of Swami Nammazhwar and enjoys the company of Nammazhwar in terms of getting knowledge and all that, he writes 11 pasarams as part of Divya Prabandham, starting with Kanninan Siruthambu. Most of us will know. Kanninan Siruthambinal Kattunna Panniya Perumayan Yennappanil Nannit Tenkurugur Nambi Endrakkal Annikkum Amadurum Yennavukke. Like this starts, this is the first pasaram of which there are 11 pasarams in which completely he worships Swami Nammazhwar and says Kanninun Siruthambinal Kattunna Panniya Perumayan. Who is Siruthambinal Kattunna Panniya Perumayan? Sri Krishna. As Damodara, when Yashoda ties him up in the oral, and that is what is Krishna. So Kanninun Siruthambinal Kattunna Panniya Perumayan Ennappanil Nannit Tenkurugur Nambi Endrakkal அன்னிக்கும் அமுதூரும் என்னாவுக்கே. கிருஷ்ணான்னு சொல்கிறத விட நன்னி தென்குருகூர், நம்ம தென்குருகூர் is a place listed as where Alvar Tirunagari is. Swami Nammazhwar, who is born in தென்குருகூர் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிச்சே, அன்னிக்கும் அமுதூரும் என்னாவுக்கே. கிருஷ்ணான்னு சொல்கிறத விட சுவாமி நம்மாழ்வார்னு சொல்லிச்சே, I feel அமுதூரும் என்னாவுக்கே is what he says. And like this 11 pasarams he worships Swami Nammazhwar fully. And let us worship Swami Nammazhwar to be blessed with the divine Kaingaryam at the divine feet of Perumal Antayar on this day. Namo Narayana.